This week, while leading US department stores' brand value has increased by over 300%. We're going to take you behind the scenes of radio's biggest night, why the EFF thinks everyone is overreacting to its election television commercial banned by the SABC, and how Coca-Cola has found itself in the rainbow business. Leading the brand communication debate every week, this is Mags on Media. All right, we'll start with this. Every year, radio stations compete for the industry's biggest accolades in the MTN Radio Awards. This year, the event in its 5th edition saw close on 1,000 entries from almost 100 stations. It's a massive event held in Johannesburg, and correspondent Yashini Padayachee went behind the scenes.
A 6 a.m. start, dozens of crew members, and a work until it's done motto.
As we finish one year's program, we start working immediately on the next year's one. Obviously, there's sort of pressure points, and especially building up to a day like today, where tonight is the big night, is sort of the most pressure. But it sort of has an ebb and flow. Immediately after the awards, we get a lot of feedback from the market. We evaluate that, we listen to the good. Obviously, we revel in the good, but we learn from the bad. And we take that and we apply it to the next year's program. People don't realize, but there's 4 people who work on the Radio Awards all year round. I'm very blessed to work with some very talented people who are so committed, and they put so much into it, and they just make it all happen.
In just a few hours, this room will be filled with over 1,000 people. They're all here for arguably the biggest night in South African radio. No pressure then on tonight's presenters. Let's find out exactly how they're feeling.
I'm a mixed bag of emotions. I am half tired because I hardly slept last night with excitement. I'm excited, I'm nervous, I'm really looking forward to it. In the same vibe, I wanted to all slow it down because I just want to live the moment and stretch it out as long as possible. But right now, just excitement.
I'm feeling good because, well, I haven't made a mistake yet. Should be a lot of fun. I'm actually really looking forward to it. I'm in a room full of my peers. Does it make me feel the pressure? No, it's a wonderful opportunity to have a go at them with a big knife. No, it's a wonderful opportunity to hang out with like-minded people in an industry that we all love and talk to them like one-on-one, like real human beings. It's lekker.
There was a record number of entries for this year's competition. Here are some of the big winners.
John Robbie, top 702!
Best Commercial Breakfast Show went to 702's The John Robbie Show. Its host also scooping the Best Presenter prize. Umhlobo Wenene's BEE Breakfast taking home PBS Best Breakfast Show, and the presenter award going to Patko Mafani. 702 was named Commercial Station of the Year, and Umhlobo Wenene was voted PBS Station of the Year. Well done to all the winners. And for the awards team, the preparation for 2015's event is already underway. Yashini Padayachee for Mags on Media.
Well, congratulations to all the winners, and richly deserved. Let's move from radio to shopping now. Every year, the global brand and design agency Interbrand releases its Best Retail Brands report. Now, Walmart, active in South Africa as Mass-Maart, maintaining its #1 spot, even with a 6% decline in brand value. The US department store Macy's, and this is interesting, increasing its brand value by over 300%. Well, more on this now with Richard Prévost, who heads strategy at the Interbrand Sampson De Villiers agency. Richard, welcome to you. First of all, what does the survey set out to do? And perhaps more importantly, what value is there for the likes of you and me, consumers, customers?
Look, it's a global survey and it's been conducted over 4 continents. So I think the main intent is really to give a bit of a global snapshot for 2014 to see what retail brands really are all about. And I think for all of us, especially here in Africa, it's perhaps a bit of a heads up in terms of what are the latest trends in engaging with consumers, and basically telling us a little bit what's to come in the next few years in South Africa.
A giant like Walmart's value has dropped and Macy's has risen by over 300%. Why?
Walmart is not the only one that lost value, but it's interesting because obviously being the largest, most stores around the world, they suffered greatly from the inroads in China and in Brazil, and they had to withdraw from these markets. So I think they had greater exposure internationally to Macy's, and I think there's perhaps a critical size. You know, there's a level to which these kind of multinationals have less flexibility to adapt to local consumer stores, where Macy's, obviously very focused in America, North America, now they're expanding in Canada, has been able to focus a lot more on digital channels and what we call omni-channels to engage with clients, you know, throughout their daily lives.
All right, let's pick up on that. Retailers, the report says, are evolving the customer journey through a digital lens. What are they doing?
I think it's been mainly spurred by the pure e-commerce, e-stores, you know, like Amazon. And what happens is the traditional brick and mortars companies are now trying to react to the pure digital model by providing a richer customer experience. It's about leveraging your brand footprint and the relevance and that kind of intimacy you have with clients with the convenience of the digital channel.
What is a richer customer experience, in your opinion?
Augmented reality, customized services based on greater affinity with your needs. So a lot of it, for example, you would see examples of IKEA, who's done quite well as well in Europe, who is able to picture the couch that you're going to purchase into your lounge just based on a simple app. It's an availability of buying Burberry's gear straight from the catwalk as it actually happens. So it brings, when it's used carefully, a really great proximity between the brands and the client.
This right, retailers these days have to have a deep and intrinsic understanding of data.
And it's interesting, you see even examples like eBay trying to now get involved into having a bit of an offline stores where they could get also a retail presence by partnering with other brands to actually gain access to this data.
So courage, bit of risk there, but also a deep understanding of the technology behind it. Richard Prévost, thank you very much indeed. Head of Strategy at Interbrand Sampson De Villiers here in Johannesburg. This is Mags on Media. Coming up, pocket-sized advertising that is nothing to be sneezed at. And we'll also go behind the scenes of an inspirational campaign to motivate South Africans to support local business when we continue.
News that moves. ENCA.com.